Today, is there any chance that the WNBA, that Kathy Engelbert saw some of the ratings that I'm about to show you now and said, hey, Indiana Fever, can you do us a favor? Can you do us a solid? Can you just tease a Caitlin Clark return, kind of boost these up a little bit? Can you just dangle a Caitlin Clark return in front of the fans' faces, try to boost these ratings up a little bit? There was one matchup that this league could consistently rely on to produce massive viewership numbers.
The WNBA just had a moment, and the numbers are so embarrassingly bad that Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is probably hiding under her desk, praying nobody notices how spectacularly this league has collapsed without Caitlin Clark. We're not talking about a slight dip in viewership or a minor setback that could be explained away with convenient excuses. We're witnessing a complete free fall that has exposed just how utterly dependent this entire operation was on one player carrying the league on her back. The playoff ratings didn't just decline, they absolutely nosedived faster than a lead balloon, dropping a staggering 40% from last year. Arenas were left so empty you could hear individual conversations echoing off the wall.
It was just announced that WNBA TV ratings are down more than 50% since Caitlin Clark's injury. And it was also reported that the Indiana Fever television viewership is also down over 53%. Now, I know a lot of us were expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA.
What was supposed to be the WNBA's breakthrough season has turned into a masterclass in how to completely waste the biggest opportunity in women's sports history through incompetence, mismanagement, and a stubborn refusal to protect the very player who is single-handedly saving the entire product. Smash that like button and drop league disaster in the comments, because what I'm about to expose will make you understand exactly why this league is teetering on the edge of complete collapse. The numbers tell a story so damning it should be required reading for anyone who wants to understand how not to run a professional sports league. When Caitlin Clark was healthy and playing, Indiana Fever games were pulling in over 1.2 million viewers on national television, creating the kind of appointment viewing the WNBA had only dreamed about for decades. Fast forward to the playoffs without Clark, and now we're looking at games struggling to crack 500,000 viewers. With some
That's not a trend that the WNBA is excited about. That's a trend that Kathy Engelbert would say, hey, Fever, hey, Lynn Dunn, hey, Kelly, hey, Amber, can you guys start dangling that Caitlin Clark return like you used to do? You know, before Caitlin Clark gave a statement and you guys were hands off? Can you guys, just string them along a little bit more? We want to get these ratings back up. We want to get...
What was supposed to be the WNBA's breakthrough season has turned into a masterclass in how to completely waste the biggest opportunity in women's sports history through incompetence, mismanagement, and a stubborn refusal to protect the very player who is single-handedly saving the entire product. Smash that like button and drop league disaster in the comments, because what I'm about to expose will make you understand exactly why this league is teetering on the edge of complete collapse. The numbers tell a story so damning it should be required reading for anyone who wants to understand how not to run a professional sports league. When Caitlin Clark was healthy and playing, Indiana Fever games were pulling in over 1.2 million viewers on national television, creating the kind of appointment viewing the WNBA had only dreamed about for decades. Fast forward to the playoffs without Clark, and now we're looking at games struggling to crack 500,000 viewers. With some matchups performing so poorly, they're getting beaten by reruns.
WNBA has a problem, and that problem is Caitlin Clark not playing in WNBA games. Now, what all does this affect? The ratings are plummeting. Guys, there's ratings for a couple of these games that are eye-popping.
She keeps giving interviews about growth and momentum while ratings crater, attendance plummets, and star players either get injured or quit mid-season because they can't deal with the chaos anymore. It's like watching the captain of the Titanic brag about how great the ship looks underwater. Technically, it's still floating, but definitely not in the way anyone actually wants or expects from professional leadership. What makes this situation even more maddening is knowing it was completely preventable. All the league had to do was protect its most valuable asset. Instead, they allowed her to be repeatedly targeted and injured by players who treated her like a human crash test dummy. Every single game Caitlin Clark played, you could count on seeing at least 3 or 4 plays where defenders deliberately tried to hurt her, knowing the referees wouldn't call anything and the league office wouldn't impose any meaningful consequences. The officiating has looked like it was pulled straight from a mall food court during the lunch rush, with the consistency of a magic 8-ball and the competence of people who thought they signed up to officiate role.
Indiana, against the Chicago Sky, right after that game, they opened an investigation once again into the fans, where they found nothing, but the damage had already been done at that point. If some of these things happen just one time here and there, or there's one certain media personality who's just always saying these kinds of things, then whatever. I feel like fans as a whole can be like, okay, whatever, this person is just a hater. But this is something that has happened over and over and over again. And over time, it starts chipping away at how much you're going to actually care and want to support an organization if they continue to do.
The injury epidemic that has decimated this season reads like an orthopedic surgeon's Christmas wish list, with every major star either sidelined with mysterious ailments or dealing with the accumulated damage from months of being mauled without protection. Caitlin Clark has spent more time recovering than actually playing, because defenders treat her like she owes them money. Every drive to the basket feels like a new episode of How Hard Can We Smash Caitlin Before the Refs Finally Notice. Sophie Cunningham, who was supposed to be a shining example of the league's bright future, is now done for the entire season after being deliberately targeted by yet another dirty play that went unpunished. Angel Reese literally quit mid-season, a move that should have set off 5 alarm sirens for league leadership, but instead was treated like just another minor inconvenience. The officiating this season has been so consistently terrible, it deserves its own category of professional incompetence. Referees look like they're still chewing pepperoni pizza while trying to decide whether a flagrant foul actually happened. Their consistency lands somewhere.
Clark thing, man. I mean, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing what you guys have done. And then people are catching on to your tactics. You got the people on Twitter catching on to your tactics. Like, look at this right here. Look at this right here. They said ESPN didn't want to show the ratings were down from WNBA All-Star Game because Caitlin Clark.
One game, a massive shove is perfectly legal. The next game, someone sneezes too hard and gets ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct. If these refs had their own statistical categories, it would be turnover 0, bad calls every single possession, and an overall rating that makes replacement level look like an improvement. But here's where the conspiracy theories start making perfect sense. The timing of various injury announcements and return teases seems suspiciously coordinated with whenever the league desperately needs a ratings boost. When numbers crater and social media starts buzzing about the WNBA's collapse, suddenly we get mysterious reports about Caitlin Clark maybe returning soon, or practice footage that suggests she's closer to playing than anyone thought. It's almost like Commissioner Engelbert called up the Fever front office and said, "Hey, can you do us a solid and dangle a Clark return in front of fans to boost these embarrassing ratings?" The social media reaction has been particularly brutal. Fans are documenting the decline in real time, posting side-by-side comparisons of packed arenas from early in the season versus the ghost towns we're seeing in the playoffs. Twitter is filled with memes of tumbleweeds rolling across empty seats. Even the league's own promotional posts have become unintentional comedy, as fans mock the exciting WNBA action while asking, "Exciting where? At which game? In what dimension?" The replies are a masterclass in fan frustration and disappointment with an organization that